What is up, guys? Another El Pearly fragrance review for you guys. Don't have another full bottle today. Sorry to disappoint anybody, but I do have Daniel Josier Mystery Oud from my local fragrance shop. So shout out to them. Try to support your local fragrance shops when you can. You know, even the ones in the mall or whatever, not just Sephora and Kohl's and stuff, because they really are really expensive, honestly. Like, I regret ever buying cologne from Kohl's or Sephora. Sometimes I'll go there, just spray cologne on, and then just leave. You know, that's something that you can do. It's not illegal. They might ask you not to do it anymore if you come in every day and do it, but you know, it's always a possibility. If you're broke and you want to, you can just go there before your date and just spray it all over you. You know. But to get to the actual review, Danielle, I think I said it wrong the first time I did it. I think it's Danielle Josier Mystery Oud. Bit of a more indie, not as well known fragrance as a lot of the other stuff I've done so far. Like I said, it was recommended to me courtesy of my local fragrance shop, so I do appreciate the recommendation because I do. This does get the El Pearly seal of approval. I will say that. This is about half full, this little travel size I have, but it's because it's so powerful. The performance is so beast mode that you don't have to use a lot of it. I did hear this fragrance described as indie, so take that as you will. Still seemed pretty easy to find on like eBay and stuff for me. So I saw reviews. To give you an idea, the Fragrantica page had 2 reviews for 2024. So not exactly a extremely popular, to say the least, fragrance. But I do really like it. Just based off someone that doesn't have a crazy amount of fragrance experience, it kind of reminds me of when I layer Maison Margiela Jazz Club and Versace Dreamer on myself. It's kind of got, it starts out with like a camp, or almost like a campfire, like sort of incense, like smoky note at first, but that gives way pretty quickly to just this like wall of like floral scent. Like, it's crazy. Fragrantica lists a lot of the notes as like iris, I can check real quick. Iris, nutmeg, incense, pimento, which is pimento is an interesting one. I don't know about that one for the middle notes, but violet in the top notes is what it says as well. I guess I could agree with that. I do kind of get a lot of the same notes as Versace Dreamer, so I think that's what kind of reminds me of it. It does, Fragrantica does say that it has leather in the base notes, which I could see that, I suppose. It's not as forward as something like Diesel Only the Brave, which is another sort of lesser known fragrance, kind of from back in the day. It's not as synthetic leather forward as something like that, so if you're looking at the notes on that and it seems to turn you off a little bit, I wouldn't exactly worry about that. The longevity and the performance on this is, I'm stuttering. The longevity and the performance on this is kind of nutty. I am not gonna lie. Like I said, I used this for probably like a few months, and I only got this, or like a month or so, and I only got it down to like, you know, half. But I probably would buy a full bottle of this. I think you can probably get a bottle for like $80, $100. So, you know, not bad, depending on what your price range is, you know. But like I said, it lasted me a long ass time. So, yeah. Like I said, it reminds me of when I layer basically my 2 favorite colognes on each other. So, obviously, I'm going to give it a good review. Another thing I will add is that this is a very sweet fragrance. Like, it is honestly one of the more sweet fragrances that I've smelled. Almost like overpoweringly sweet. Like I said, I know I said this is a pretty niche fragrance, so it would be kind of a difficult not to do a blind buy. But you know, don't flush the last of your money down the drain to buy Danielle Josier Mystery Oud. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. It's a very good fragrance. I certainly would spend my last $100 on it if I had to. You know, if I had a crazy date coming up, you know, but yeah, it's very, I could definitely say polarizing could be a word to describe it. if you don't like sweet fragrances, this isn't. I tend to stay away from more musky kind of like fragrances for like an older guy. So I very much gravitate towards like sweeter fragrances and stuff like Azara Most Wanted. Like I said, I like Jazz Club and sort of that side of fragrance. So that is one thing I would recommend to anybody that does watch just like other fragrance influencers and stuff is if you don't have a similar nose to that person, I wouldn't hold it against them, but I probably would take their reviews with a grain of salt. There's a well-known fragrance reviewer on YouTube, probably the most well-known fragrance reviewer, but he had an opinion that was, I believe it was Mont Blanc Legend Spirit was better than Azaro. I believe it was Azaro Most Wanted, but I might be mistaken. And I eventually smelled. I took his word for it, and I eventually smelled Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, and I was like, dude, this is just not for me. It had that like very musky, like it reminded me of like an old man. I'm 25, so old to some, young to many. It just had an old man vibe to me. I don't know. It just didn't suit my character. So a little bit of a tangent hacked onto the end of this video. I might make another video about how, just that topic, basically, how to shop for fragrance, how to have a good eye for fragrance. 'Cause I don't have a huge collection, but I do feel I could talk on that a little bit more. But I don't want this video to be 800 years long, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Thanks for the comments, you guys. I really appreciate the support over here on YouTube, coming over from other platforms and stuff. But like I said, I'm gonna end this video before it gets too long. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions, comments, tips, tricks, anything of the sort. See ya.